In this section, you're going to learn the key steps in brewing a perfect cup of coffee, and we'll show you exactly how the Dolce Vita machine works. The process of brewing your morning cup of coffee can be a little laborious and time-consuming. You have to fumble around with a paper filter, grind the beans, measure just the right amount of grounds, pour the water in the tank, and then wait. If you go to a coffee shop, it's not uncommon to be stuck in line 20 minutes or more, either in the store or the drive-thru. And your favorite coffee drink is likely to taste a little different from day to day, depending upon who makes it. Why go through the hassle, the waiting, and the inconsistency when you could have a perfectly brewed cup of coffee every time and quickly with the Dolce Vita home coffee machine? We've programmed and designed the Dolce Vita to perfectly execute each critical step in the process of delivering a perfect cup of coffee. First, the beans. One of the most critical factors in a delicious cup of coffee is the freshness of the bean. Once the beans have been roasted, they start losing their freshness and flavors after 2 or 3 weeks. You'll rarely find the date of roasting on ground coffee packets or pods because they've likely been sitting on the shelf or in a warehouse for months. Same problem with ground coffee. For maximum flavor, coffee should be brewed within 20 to 30 minutes of when the beans are ground. That ground coffee you bought in the bag or in the little coffee pod, how many weeks has it been sitting on the shelf in the grocery store, then on the shelf in your own pantry? But the Dolce Vita grinds your beans fresh just seconds before each cup is brewed. Fresh beans are dropped from the bean hopper into the high-speed grinder, where they're ground into a fine, uniform powder. The precisely measured ground coffee fills the brew chamber and is tamped to remove any air bubbles. Next, the beans are soaked for exactly 3 seconds to ensure uniform extraction. Then, the boiler is brought up to temperature. Finally, 9-bar pressure hot water is pushed through the brew chamber for 25 to 30 seconds to pull the perfect shot of espresso. If you're used to drinking coffee from a pod or drip machine, well, there's just no comparison to what you'll experience with the Dolce Vita. If you're like millions of other people, you've been working a lot from home lately, and that means you've been drinking more coffee at home. You might be missing that specialty coffee machine at work, or the consistent stop at the coffee shop on your way to or from work. But now, the Dolce Vita from Revive Coffee allows you to have your choice of the perfect cup of coffee right at home whenever you want.